Welcome to match 2 of the February 15th Legacy Daily on Magic Online. I'm playing Goblins. I scattered my opponent and he was playing some kind of counterbalance. Saw a black splash for Dark Confidant in the little bit of a replay I saw. I won the die roll, so I chose to play first. This is game 1. Alright, it's so hand, but I'm going to go with turn 1 pile driver here. I think it's a pretty strong play. So I choose to imprint the Warren Weirding. Again, assuming it's just Bob that he might play early, or even go if I think I'll value the Gem Palm Incinerator higher than the Weirding. Weirding is better when you're expecting larger creatures, but I don't think that's going to be the issue. Alright, place a Ponder. I draw a Matron. Alright, decide to bash first, and I'm going to cast the Matron. See if it gets countered or not. You know, if it gets countered dazed or something, well, at least it puts him back a turn. If I draw land, I can Ringleader. I have a lot of action, so I feel confident. And it actually resolved, so now I have to think. The really options in my head were getting a Chieftain, a second pile driver, a War Chief, or a Ringleader, but I don't really have a Ringleader in my hand. Actually, the other option was actually get another Matron. I chose to go with a Chieftain. It makes every other Goblin better just by itself, and you know, if I ever draw a War Marshal, wherever they're hiding, do I have any more War Marshal? Makes them incredibly better. Plus, I figured if something were to wipe my board, it's a good Goblin to start off your chain again with. So, and I figure I can sit on Goblin, Pile Driver, Matron. He just plays land and passes. I draw Vial. That changes my plan. Before I was just going to cast a Chieftain, but you know, two blew up. He could cast quite a few things. So instead, I'm going to Wasteland his Underground Sea, then swing with Pile Driver Matron, and then second main phase will cost a Vial. Basically, if he doesn't have the Force of Will, he's in real trouble. He casts a Brainstorm, I swing, and second main, I cast a Vial, you know, and it resolves. I mean, he could have dazed it if he has daze, but I would have been fine with that. And now I've got a Slight Clock in play, and he plays an island. Counterbalance. Alright, so he brainstormed, then played Counterbalance. My thinking is that I respect my opponent enough. I drew the land, but I'm not going to go ahead and play the Chieftain. I don't want to run into the possibility that he had a 3-drop in his hand and put it on top to set up, since he knows I have the Chieftain. That would have been the correct play to do from his side. So instead, I just play my land and pass a turn. Bayou. That tells me he could have Tarmogoyf, or worst case scenario, he's running Pernicious Deed, but he passes a turn. I have a Vial in play. I am just going to sit on my team. I actually activate the Vial in the turn at 1. Just sniffing for Stifles if he has it. Lackey would have been pretty bad for him. But it's a low probability play. Doesn't hurt. So there's 2, draw Siege Gang Commander. That sets up my chain. I'm going to go 3-drop, 4-drop, 5-drop with my Vial, and leaving Gem Palm Incinerator as a way to take out a potential blocker. Before I stackers, he Diabolic Dekes me, and I just, simply sacrifice a Matron. And swing for 1. I already have him at 10, and with the Vial, at this point he needs something good. Artifact removal would be the best, just because the Vial alone is like to kill him. Main deck Deed or even Engineer Plague would be pretty bad for me, but he just plays his 4th mana and passes the turn. Again, hunt for a Stifle just in case. But set Vial at 3, and I draw the second Chieftain. Was tempted to just go all in, 3 activate Vial and tap 3 lands, but I decided to play it safe. And before attackers, he dicks me again. Looking at my hand, I actually think the Chieftain is better than the Pile Driver. Sure, the Pile Driver's nutty and whatnot, but on the off chance he's running main deck Engineer Plagues, I want to volley the Chieftain a little higher than the Pile Driver. Um, I'm also going to go, next turn Ringleader, and I really won't get maximum value out of the Pile Driver until I hit the Siege Gang Commander. And even then, Chieftain pumping all of them might trump it. So I sink for 2 with the Chieftain, pass the turn. Plays Brainstorm. Again, I'm not sure what he would put on top, but I just don't want to cast anything if I can, so I can avoid a counterbalance. Alright, he taps mana, I guess takes a little bit. Alright, cast a lower scale Coatl. Ooh, that's what happens sometimes. Alright, let's recap. Cast lower scale Coatl with a Sensei's Divining Top. Tapped out. My turn. I cast Goblin Ringleader and revealed Lackey, War Chief, and Stink Scourger. Pre-combat, I only had 2 goblins in play, so Gem Palm would not have killed the Coatl since he can flip the top. Draw a card and give him +1/+1. So instead I cast the Scourger. If it resolves, it bounces the Coatl, and I have 8 damage on board to kill him. Takes 1, so he pitches Ponder for Force of Will, which makes me glad I stuck to my plan of just casting my cards through the Vial. Here, again, I have high value on the Chieftain, so I'm just going to swing with the Ringleader. If he blocks, then he loses the Coatl, even if it flips the top. So I just swing, and he doesn't block. Then here, he's at 4 life. He's got a top, Counterbalance, and Coatl. I don't want him to draw anything good next turn, which might happen if he gets to top. So instead, I decide to cast Lackey, second main phase, trigger Counterbalance, and predictably he flips the top. Coatl gets bigger and whatnot. But the top of his library was his swamp he revealed earlier. So this way, next card he draws is top. He needs to cast. He's only got 4 mana. He wants to cast and 1 to look. Only leaves him with 2 or 3 mana tops to operate. And I have a Siege Gang coming in next turn with a Vial at 5. Didn't want him. I don't know what he could have cast. Can't think of anything on the top of my head that would have been devastating besides maybe a Pernicious Deed. But this way, I just limit the amount of mana he's got available. Alright, cast top, passes the turn, and then Vial goes to 5, and I draw land. So that means that the Siege Gang Commander by himself is lethal. So I play the land, sack it, and then Vial and Siege Gang, and he scoops. Not much to it. I don't know what his plan was. I assume he's got Goyfs or whatnot. But just do pretty well, and the Vial was extremely critical in getting the game done. He only drew 1 counter. He had 2 removal spells, but I think he was behind for a lot of the game, and the way the Vial ended up being, it completely nullified Counterbalance top. Let's see what we do for game 2.